Hello and welcome to Trade Pro Labs. Thank you guys for joining us today. Obviously, we're bringing you all of the top projects in the space, and we're going to showcase an amazing projects right now. Today, we've got BYTAGIG that will be presenting their project, and we've got John Jackson that's going to be speaking to us about their project. So first and foremost, obviously, like to introduce Trade Pro Labs. Trade Pro Labs is a community-driven VC with internal crypto investments and a liquidity fund. Our main value is optimizing projects in which we can add value in different mediums, depending on their needs to ascertain hyperbolic growth. We start off with a quote, which is one of our principles. It's very simple. Whatever your mind can conceive and your mind can believe, your mind can achieve. So that's a little bit about us and what we're doing and what Trade Pro Labs is. Today we have an amazing project called BYTAGIG. BYTAGIG is a managed IT cybersecurity service provider, MSP, that delivers the same service as an internal IT department would, but at a fraction of the cost and oftentimes more efficiently. So, firstly, I'd like to introduce John Jackson, who's going to be speaking to us a little bit about BYTAGIG. But before that, John, if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, thanks for that intro there. Thanks for allowing me to be on this interview today. My background starts in IT management, IT degree back that I finished back in 2007. When I got into college, I wanted to pursue both business and IT, and there was a good degree program that kind of brought both of those together that was a little bit more focused on the business side of managing an IT department and a little less on the programming side of things. So my goal is always in my career to manage an IT department. And so fast forward several years, I started this business, BYTAGIG, as a way to help manage many different businesses, IT, for them. And then as I graduated from university in 2007 with my degree, I went to work for an electrical distributor in the area that as a technical program manager, and I worked there 12 years. And I learned a lot about IT there, and just managing people and programs and things like that. So I had a small team underneath me, and I just kind of got bored with it a bit. And I was interested in getting this side hustle going. And so essentially started this side hustle to help other businesses that didn't have an IT department. They needed good IT skills and services available to them. And so in 2019, I went full time on my own, and learned a lot in the past 3 years, I'll tell you that, and a lot more than I ever learned in university. But it's been a valuable experience, and we have now over 50 customers that we're managing their IT for them, as well as now several who are having us help manage their cybersecurity risk.
Amazing. And you are the founder and CEO of BYTAGIG?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm the sole owner and founder. That's correct.
Amazing. And how many people do you have in your team? Is it just yourself, or you have a team behind you?
We do have a good team. There's no way I could be serving all these customers and their users now by myself, for sure. So we do have a team based here in Portland, Oregon, where our headquarters is at, of some excellent technicians. And we've got a team of about 5 based here in Portland, and then we have several who are working remotely, mostly here in the US, a few offshore as well. And so all told, we've got about 12 people on our team working for us.
Amazing. So, John, let's get right into it. Tell me more about BYTAGIG and what is BYTAGIG and what do you guys actually do? I believe you have a presentation for us to show exactly what you guys do. Take it away.
Yes, sir, I do. Thank you. Bring that up right now. The basic premise is that we want to be able to offer our customers a full technology service platform and team, so that they can effectively trust and delegate all things technology to us. So when it comes to, for example, if a customer needs help with their cloud systems, they can turn to us. If they need help with their desktops and their laptops, their mobile devices, they can turn to us. If they need help with their website hosting provider, if they're having issues with that, or their print service provider, their internet service provider, we can be kind of that go-between between us or between them and their vendor as well, so that we can effectively solve the problems in a shorter period of time than if they were to find a situation where the internet service provider is saying, no, it's your network, you need to contact your IT. IT said, no, it's your internet service provider, and get kind of stuck in a game of ping pong there. So,
Amazing.
we
So you want to
want to be an
do a
effective.
slideshow? You want to put it on slideshow so we see
Yes,
full
sir.
screen?
So the idea is that they have one place to call, and they can contact our help desk either via phone. We have technicians that are answering phone calls, and as well as support tickets, so that we can be an effective help desk for all of these businesses. And so, we have people monitoring those tickets when they come in, and making sure that they're acted upon and resolved in the shortest amount of time as possible. So we just want to be reliable, because we've heard that from a lot of customers who come to us, is that their provider is no longer reliable, and we want to be proactive especially when it comes to cybersecurity. So in the realm of cybersecurity, small businesses don't realize how many of them are a target. Even they think they're too small to be hacked, but there's 43% of cyber attacks are targeting those small businesses now, and we're finding many of them are not prepared and equipped to prevent those at all. And many small businesses, up to 60%, that are targeted by cyber attacks are going to go out of business within 6 months. They just don't have the basic cyber protections to stop or identify attacks. So, and there's just so many things constantly changing in the world of IT. There's new technology coming out at the same time. There's also, new ways and new threats for people to penetrate and to take advantage of vulnerabilities that people don't even know exist. And so it's hard to keep up with that stuff if you're not in this business, and if this isn't your main job. And so there's just a lot of businesses you can't afford to hire that full-time staffed IT department. And so what we do is we're offering up to 75% off of the cost of hiring your own IT department is what it would cost to hire us. So we offer the same solutions as an internal IT department as a CIO would offer, at a much significant cost reduction. And we can handle most issues remotely for customers. So we just talked to a customer yesterday who's in a totally different time zone in the US, and interested in our services because they didn't know that we could handle their needs remotely. And like I said, we have over 75 customers now. We have a strong MRR growth. That stands for monthly recurring revenue. Many of our customers are on our monthly recurring revenue services. We have some strong Google reviews. 47 of them are 5 stars, and we don't have any less than 5 stars right now. And as I mentioned, I started this full-time in 2019, hired my first employee in Q2 of 2020, right in the middle of COVID. We actually saw some strong growth in COVID because a lot of our customers needed help in shifting towards a remote-only workforce. We added 3 of our full-time techs in 2021, and we're continuing to expand nationally and work on product development here as we finish 2022 and into 2023. And so, who is our target market right now? Small businesses, anywhere from 10 to 500 employees. And while we serve pretty much all industries right now, the target for our marketing efforts is focused on sectors like healthcare and life sciences, engineering services, legal, and some of those types of industries. We found good success with those. And there's a huge market size for the global IT service outsourcing market, if you want to call it that. It's expected to grow over $1 trillion by 2030. So, some of the services that we offer, again, are, a cybersecurity stack, everything from endpoint protection to scanning the dark web and looking for vulnerabilities within a customer's environment, and helping train them and educate them on better cybersecurity practices with their users. And we also, if they have compliance needs due to regulations such as privacy laws and things like that, many of them aren't even aware that they are subject to those regulations, but we help raise their awareness to that and then help them make sure that they're staying in compliance. So we can also help them manage their network, make sure that they're their systems are widely available, highly available. Make sure that we can prevent them from having downtime as much as possible. There's good systems and things like that we can put in place to make sure that they don't have business disruption, because we hear that from a lot of customers who come to us saying, hey, our IT didn't care if we were down for hours and days. And so we want to help prevent that as much as possible. And also, anything when it comes to desktops and servers and networks and laptops and things like that, we can help with cloud systems as well. We're also, by the way, we're working on some product development opportunities. While primarily most people in our industry are focused on services, we're also interested in developing some products to offer our customers alongside of our services. And so because our team hears daily about, frustrations with other technologies that are out there. And so we get to hear firsthand about the opportunities that are out there for us to, develop something that would be much better solution. And also things that would help us as well to be able to develop and offer a better customer experience and automate things like security and productivity and marketing tools and things like that, for example. And as probably everybody in your audience knows, cyber warfare is an increasing threat to the world. When the Ukrainian invasion started, there was a lot of cyber attacks that happened beforehand, and it still have happened during that, and not just targeting Ukraine, but targeting many people around the world. And so these are focused on both public as well as private organizations. And then working from home has been a continuing need for a lot of businesses, and are still looking for ways to improve that as well as secure it, because many people have, set up work from home environments, but have not focused on securing that. And that is a huge threat vector. And there's a lot of vulnerabilities with that. The nature of that works. We have some systems in place that can help our customers make sure that they're working from home securely. And then we have many competitors in our industry. Electric.ai is a big one that's gone through several seeds of funding. And but we feel like we have really strong differentiation, how we separate ourselves with our customer service. We've been scaling quite a bit in the past 4 years. We position ourselves in the market, especially when it comes to focusing on some of the industries like we've talked about. And, I've been in IT for over 15 years, and we've brought on some good leaders, and I've trained some folks to think well about how we want to service our customers and maintain our customer service. And then just, when it comes to go to market, how we plan to continue to expand and scale with some partnerships is to be able to work on continuing to broaden our outreach and get better known in front of our target audience, through obviously social media and events and marketing and things like that. And then bringing customers prospects in to do evaluations and to help them see their risk of their current cybersecurity environment, if you will, and make sure that they're aware of those risks and educate them and help them reduce those risks if they want to do business with us, and then convert them into a customer. And so, our revenue model is focused on, service plans ranging from $90 per user per month to $250 per user per month. On top of that, there's also other ways for us to make revenue with time and materials and projects, reselling software, web design, SEO packages that we can resell, and there's other industry related commissions we make from recommending internet service providers, etc. And so, as I already mentioned, my background is management information systems degree from the School of Business at Portland State University, and I was a technical program manager for 12 years at North Coast Electric. All right, I think that's all for this part of what you're looking for, right?
Yes, amazing. I love what you guys are doing. When you spoke about it, it really hit home because often we all find ourselves in need of an IT guy. As you said, there's always a back and forth between the IT team and the service providers, etc. And whose fault is it? So have often experienced some similarities to that. How do you guys support companies internationally? Obviously being working remotely, etc., and businesses that are not local. How do you guys actually help out with that, or how do you service them?
Great question. That's a great question. So oftentimes we can handle 90% of what a business needs remotely. And we do this already for a biotech startup that has locations in other time zones and are both here in the US as well as in Europe. So what we have established to best serve that customer is to again, we have employees and technicians working in different time zones to be able to make sure that they can help those users that are in Europe, as well as we have partnered with a local provider in Europe to be able to handle the 10% of items that we cannot handle remotely.
Amazing, amazing. And where do you see your project going, and where would you like it be in an ideal world? Where would you like to see you guys fit in into this whole cybersecurity space?
Great question. I would love to see us become a recognizable brand for businesses wanting to grow their business, be innovative, be on the forefront of technology, and using technology to grow their enterprises, and at the same time, us helping secure those enterprises from cyber attacks. So we would love to be a a top provider, a premier provider for those services, and obviously have international base of technicians that can handle those customers. And so I would say the sky's the limit. As I mentioned, this is expected to be a $1 trillion industry by 2030. So I'd love to see a nice chunk of that pie in the BYTAGIG services portfolio.
Amazing. And currently, BYTAGIG is looking to grow. I presume that this is what you're looking to ascertain right now. You're looking for growth capital to scale your business to a higher level, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
how big would
And
you
part
want
of
your
that,
team to reach?
I,
Go
I
on.
think we can handle a team of several hundred, but I'll say that, through automation and scaling, we may not need to scale our team to several hundred people, depending on how the future of automation works. But what I think is important to note is that there's also a lot of fragmentation in our industry, with competitors who are getting ready to retire, owners of our competitors who are getting ready to retire and get out of the business. And so we're also looking at using some of our funding for rolling up some of those competitors, and that will help us to be able to expand quicker.
Amazing, amazing. And Chug, if you'd like to do, please, if you can sum in a couple of minutes exactly what you want to say about BYTAGIG and in anything reference to that.
Sure, there's so many business owners out there and run management of businesses who are concerned about the future of technology and about the future of their companies, and they need to innovate in order to continue to thrive if they are if they want to run a business that's successful into the future. And I feel like technology is at a crucial point where it can help them grow and it can also hinder them because of the double-edged sword that is technology. And so we believe technology should not hinder any business. It should not hold them back, but it should help drive them forward. And businesses need a good technology advisor and partner to be able to provide those resources to help drive them forward. And that's where we want to be with our customers, and helping them innovate and helping them grow and make them more efficient. And we have a lot of tools and technologies that we have. We didn't even have a chance to talk about that today, but to help them make them more efficient when it comes to things like hiring, onboarding new employees, their day-to-day processes and their day-to-day operations, how we can help automate some of those systems and make their employees more efficient. But on top of that, obviously, we want to make sure that cybersecurity does not become an interruption to any business. There's cyber attacks out there that cause businesses to go down for weeks. In fact, if you look up in the news right now, you just look for Rackspace there's a big hack that just happened with Rackspace, and all their customers that were depending on them for hosted email in their cloud are no longer able to access their email. That's a big business disruption. Like, most businesses cannot function without their email. And so we have systems and processes in place that if that was to ever happen to any of our customers, that we have ways to make sure that they can get back up and running quickly, and they can recover their emails and not have access, and make sure that they have access to them. So these are just some of the things that we can talk about all day. Okay, but the point is that we've thought this through. We've thought of all the contingencies, and we want to help other businesses do the same and as many customers as possible, to be able to make sure that their business is not disrupted. They're not going to lose revenue due to technology, but in fact, they could actually grow their revenue with technology.
Amazing. Just to touch on a couple of points, can you tell me a little bit about the tools and automations, etc., and software that you guys have in your arsenal to actually execute on what you've said? As you said, you didn't touch on it, so would love to hear a little bit about that as well.
Sure. So, we are one of the technology solutions that we partner with and work with is Microsoft, and they have some tools in their arsenal. Again, most large enterprises know about these tools and use them, but they're not widely advertised in the smaller enterprise space. So, tools that can help automate the onboarding of an employee, for example, so that HR plugs in the information when they hire somebody, and then it passes all the correct information along to IT based on their role, based on their user permissions and their group and things like that, right? And then from the factory, we can program that laptop, for example, and let's say it's a work from home environment, so it's going to the user's home. Most IT departments in companies that don't have these systems in place, it can take them 4 to 8 hours to build that laptop for him, get it set up, and then ship it to the user's home and have them set it up remotely and things like that. We can get that process down to like less than an hour now. And so that's a huge cost savings and time savings for businesses, and as well as makes the onboarding and hiring process much easier.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'd like to thank, obviously, John, for joining us today. Really appreciate what you guys are doing, John. I think BYTAGIG is definitely needed in the space. And as you said, there's so much potential and upside to this, and it's just the early stages. Everybody in the audience, if you guys want to touch base with John and BYTAGIG, please reach out to us, DM us, and we'll connect you to John. John, thank you so much for your time today and representing BYTAGIG and telling us all of the amazing things that you guys are doing. And the audience obviously appreciates you guys for the amazing job that you guys have already provided to obviously the world in IT cybersecurity. And thank you for joining us today, John.
Thank you very much for having me. I always enjoy talking about this.
Beautiful. Thank you guys for joining us. Obviously, like, share, subscribe, follow us, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. See you guys later. Take care.